body and the mind want to become the best of friends. Today, I would like to explore a meditation on the life giver of the breath. Take the next few moments and observe a purposeful in and out breath. And in a very pure sense, experience how the breath feels. How the breath shows itself to you in your mind. And now soften the breathing. And gently and slowly allow the eyes to open. You are not a mistake. So therefore, everything that you experience in your life is for a reason. Your body, your breath, and your mind are tools that you use to experience that which your life is. The inspiration, the energy, the giver of this life is your breath. Without breath, there is no life. Therefore, life is breath. Therefore, the meaning of life exists within your breath. The code to unraveling the understanding of this life exists within the very specific breathing rhythm. A very specific breathing rhythm that is designed for you. With your DNA very, very closely in tuned and connected to that rhythm. life becomes a celebration when you understand the pure expression of the fact that you are not a mistake. Your life happens for a reason. Your mind is a magnetic genius that is producing continuously images for you to landmark, direct, create, develop your world, and ultimately your reality. The magnetism within your mind is either energized or de-energized based upon the conscious level of your breathing. The housing unit of this energized and magnetized breath is your body. So therefore the body and the mind work closely together, listening to each other's vibration, to attune to each other's very specific frequency, using the aid and rhythm of your breath. So taking on the responsibility of this reality that you are literally, truly conscious is then to start to truly and consciously cultivate your inner reality. Your inner reality, which then aligns to an intention, to a meaning, to a purpose, to a calling that you feel deep inside of you that says, this is who I am. And the conscious practitioner of yoga should never accept anything less than that which they see as being true and real. So that then the mind can become this enlightened tool of understanding. Seeing is believing. So what do you see in your mind's eye? What you see within your mind's eye resonates like a tuning fork in the body. You breathe on a cellular level, on an atomic level into your body, which is giving fuel, energy, and even direction to that image that you see with your mind's eye. The image that you see with your mind's eye is connected, attached to a state of being expressed through the mind. And your inner state of being is then relating to this outer expression, which then is influencing directly and indirectly the reality that you're in. So that thought, that mind, that state which is not in line with who you feel you are is not necessary, should no longer be there. And I do not take any of you, not even a single one of you, as a beginner. You are mature. You've seen it before, you felt it before, you understand what I'm saying. You may be asking why. You may be asking how. But the why and the how comes through your ability to align the body, the breath, and the mind as one. One. The technique and practice of meditation has a focal point, which is the quality of space that you see before a thought and after a thought, in between thought, all around thought, which is directly connected to the pause at the peak of the breath, the bottom of the breath, all through the breath, and the magnetism that occurs around you from the inhale-exhale rhythm of your breath. There is no separation. There is no deviation. There are several ways of accessing this quality of space. And the breathing is one of the easiest because you do it 24 hours a day. Somewhere along the way, you became a believer in chance, in fate, in a roll of a dice. But the truth is that life is much more calculated than that. Life is a continuation of a continuation of a continuation. You've been here before. You know it. You know what you know when you know it. What is it that you feel inside? That if you were to completely surrender now, just let go of it all. What is it that is left behind after you've said, I'm just gonna go as deep as I possibly can, as high as I can feel? What do your bones feel like in that moment? The tissue of the body. What are the settings of the mind? The quality of your gaze? And now when you start to breathe into that, which you see, which you feel, which you are, what begins to happen? And as you breathe purposefully in and out, do not deny the fact that there is a level of understanding. This is it. This is where you are, who you are now. You know this when you know it. And because you are not a mistake, that which you feel which is not in line is there for a reason. That's a part of your learning. Where is it that you get a little bit stuck? And then how do you treat that little piece that is not coming along into alignment, or that is pulling you away from your center, or that is leading you astray into a belief system that doesn't even align with the core value of who you are? And you must, for yourself, learn how to say, no, thank you. And breathe it away. When you inhale and then you exhale, you can draw something away from you. When you inhale and you exhale, you can draw something towards you. So let's not think of mind inside your head any longer. Let's not think of the energetic body and the body, the kinetic experience and vibration of the body, as being housed only within the body, but it is magnified around you. So now you see your mind as a field around you, and you have all this room to sort out your own experience of your mind. I see a thought this big now, and I can push it away. I can see an energetic source over there, that's still my mind, and draw it towards me and connect to the experience of that vibration. So it's using the concentration of the mind, the discerning quality of your intelligence to say, yes, this is good for me, or no, this is no longer useful. And in the most humble way, just stop tricking yourself that you do not know what's going on, and become who you feel that you are, just right now, for this very moment, as deep as you are. This is it. And what is it that you want to achieve? What is your goal now? And make that your reality using your imaginarium, using that apparatus that is continuously pushing out experiences for you. But make the settings perfect. You are the only one experiencing yourself, so why would you not make your experience perfect? Who told you that you are not supposed to love your life? Enjoy it for exactly what it is and make it a celebration. You are a princess. You are a queen. You are a king. You are that prince that you felt that you have been your entire life. But someone said, don't spoil that boy too much. And in the back of your 5-year-old mind, you're thinking, what do you mean? This is a lot of fun. Oh, maybe I shouldn't be having so much fun. Throw that out. You are who you think you are. That's a true statement. You are that. So the quality of your thought becomes incredibly important. Incredibly important to the point that you no longer are thinking. No thought exists. But until this place of no thinking arrives, you have to have a quality of thought that is so pristine And it may take you 35 years to get to this quality of pristine thinking. But what does it matter? So if we can honor the fact that we know nothing, but at the same time we have access to everything that we need, then this is the quality of space that the yogis have been thinking about for thousands of years. I don't need to know anything. I just have to sit down and be willing to talk. Just like you don't need to know everything, but you need to know that you need to be here now. And let the yoga fill you up, instead of trying to know what yoga is and what yoga means. Just let the yoga teach you. I'm not exaggerating when I say that you've been here before and that you know what I'm talking about. And now, on Sunday, it's coming to fruition. This next step of a realization, this next step of a maturing understanding as to how your breath is the giver of your life. And it is the inspiration for that which you call your mind, which is magnetically genius, and that which you call your body, which is the temple and the housing chamber of all of your vibration. And don't be shy if it feels good. Don't be upset if it doesn't feel right. Just trust that you know that you are on a right path and that everything happens for a reason. You are who you think you are. Magic begins to happen when you learn to hold on with the perfect amount of tension. The perfect amount of tension you have to hold this space. Too much or too little is what they call incorrect method. There is a perfect setting for the tautness of your body. You experience it all of the time. So if it's too much, then breathe. If it's too little, then breathe. And breathe in such a way that you start to become more lucid. That the chemistry within your brain begins to respond to the glands within your body. And they start to co-create an alchemical connection which then prolongs a state of your experience. This is a well-worn path of the Siddhas, the kings and queens of alchemy. Taking very specific breaths of inhalation, exhalation, very specific counts of retention, building a pranic layer so thick, so strong, that it is unshakable within its buoyancy as it floats down the river towards this ocean that they call consciousness. And you are exactly that. You are that. It means something to know where the edge of your body is. It means something. It means something to know where your toes are, where your fingertips are, where your pelvic floor is, where the crown of your head is, and where everything in between lies. It means something to be able to breathe into all of the spaces within your body. And if you hit a place within your body that you cannot breathe into that place of space, then that's where more concentration and attention has to go. Because the circulation of energy through your body is what keeps the health and vitality within its vibration. So that then there is no risk of stagnation, which then creates some sort of dis-ease. So it's a self-healing system. It's important to be able to feel the breath enter into your mind. And not just the bright and shiny places of your mind, but the deep dark corners that you avert your attention from, in order to become fully initiated into the practice of yoga, which takes a long, long time. You have to be able to traverse or explore the entire circumference of the mind, from its brightest point to its darkest point and everywhere in between. This is considered to be the left and the right-handed path. The right is the light, the left is the dark. The dark is the mystery and magic of our existence. The light makes good sense. I'm going to keep going that way. And the two together create such a dynamic expression of creativity that moves mountains, both inner and outer if you want. Dark is not dark. Sad is not sad. Mad is not mad. Fear is not fear. They are ways that you are communicating with yourself to articulate an emotion that is wrapped up in a memory, in a feeling, in a moment that potentially has no significance to you right now, but it's there for a reason. So therefore that is your responsibility to untangle those knots, how do you loosen a knot that's pulled so tight? You have to give it more space. With more space, the knot becomes looser and looser. With every inhale and exhale, with the help of your concentrating mind, you push the two ends of the knot towards each other, which gives the space. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, you fill that knot. Exhale, you push it through towards each other, which is loosening and untying this knot one by one. Your mind, this imagination that you hold, is your visualizing tool. You continuously visualize the experience that you're having. So if that which you are seeing is not exactly what you want, then this is an unconscious visualization that is occurring. Which means what then you can create is a completely, pristinely conscious visualization. So that then there is no thought that is without perfect rhyme and reason, which is the right hand. And that every thought that you have is filled with the magic of your creativity, which is your left hand. And the two together do the work in order to manifest your creation. This is the palette that you work with. What you see in front of you is your life, and you are the artist. Nothing even has to change. Not one thing has to change, except for the perception that you have inwardly of what you see outwardly. But you know all of this already. You've heard it in so many ways. You've picked up a book, oh yeah, I saw it. You sat down for a lecture, oh yeah, I got it. You sat at the feet of a wise old guru giving satsang, said the exact same thing. Okay, so you know. So now you know it. So knowing is not enough, obviously, because we're having the discussion again. So what needs to go to the next step and level is the understanding of the perception of what you know. The perceived knowing isn't deep enough of a well. So now it's understanding that which you are experiencing. This is the next step. And that secret of understanding exists within your breath. Why? Because everything is made up of tiny little particles. Every last ounce of the Maya that we see in front of us. Everything. There is no exception. It is broken down, and it all becomes the exact same stuff. And you do this however many times a day. And it enters into your body, into your bloodstream, creates a symphony within the chemistry, which then you have an opportunity to create reality. So every question that you have, all you have to do is learn how to breathe properly. Notice as you're sitting here breathing, there's a very specific posture within the palate. Very, very specific. There's a very specific position of your tongue. There's a very specific opening or closing engaged within your nostrils, within your throat posture, which is giving a very, very, very intelligent vibration and architecture of breath entering into your body. Your body then holds a posture again to the exact moment of detail in order to receive the architecture of your breath, which then vibrates inwards and outwards, inwards and outwards. Inhale and exhale, exhale and inhale. Please do not forget this. We may not ever have this conversation again. And it's probably the most important conversation, tool, and piece of learning that you could ever do in your life. Please close your eyes. And begin to connect to a breathing rhythm. And begin to notice what initially is shown to you within the mind. And know that you are not a mistake, so therefore everything is happening for a reason. If that which you see does not align with what you understand as being the experience of meditation, then this is learning. You're being taught. Your yoga is teaching you right now, so do not shy away from your teacher. Take on the practice of breathing and the simple instruction of meditation, which is the only experience that is necessary within the practice of meditation, is the quality of stillness in the space that it provides. Everything that is not the quality of space within stillness is not necessary. So how to increase the energy of the space and the dynamic stillness within the space that you see and feel between your thought, around your thought. See and feel how the quality of space is held within the body. Learning, understand how the body and the mind are not real, but they are tiny little particles vibrating together at a very specific rate in order to manifest this which you feel and see. And that the space that you breathe through your nostrils has free access to pierce through all creation of vibration within the body and the mind. And that the magnetic genius of your mind has the privilege of tying tiny little notes of instruction to this flow of breath in the form of an intention. The core, the root reason why you are here. That is the path to understanding yoga. This is how excited your world is that it's playing a celebration of music for your meditation. Use your intelligence to hone the skill of your breathing, of your thinking, of your feeling, of your hearing, of your smelling, of your tasting, so that your entire experience aligns one upon the next to that of your intention, core reason why you are here. You are here on purpose. Keeping the eyes closed, bring full deep, deep breaths into the body. Keeping the eyes closed, bring your gaze into the space just there in front of you, and with soft intensity, meaning the perfect tension of eyes and concentration, maintain the integrity of this space uninterrupted by any thought. Starting now. Keeping the eyes closed, soften your gaze. And allow the eyes to open very, very slowly, very, very gently. So hopefully you are feeling a little bit sleepy, drowsy, very relaxed and comfortable, because that means that the information went very deep. Good, see, everything happens for a reason. So the technique that I taught you is not just a seated meditation, but it's a walking, talking, moving meditation. And the secret to understanding is within the breath. So the more you can connect to the breathing, the louder the secret or the answer becomes to the how and the why this meditation works, which is incredibly exciting. Even if you're saying right now, I just don't know. Thank you very much, everyone. Namaste.
Namaste.